Wow. Not tactical. I'm very curious about that. I gotta see that. "96-hour challenge." Is this like an online thing? Oh god. The new story event will be done sometime probably next week. Or maybe this weekend, I'm not sure. It really depends. I don't know if this event is going to go on that. I really wish these updates were at the time that I'm used to. Oh god. What? Oh. What? I want to see the outfit, the casual fit. I'm glad that she has one for the new unit. Oh my god, that's actually really good. We love Emma. Emma. Yunwa. Let me see the chibi. Oh. I didn't expect Yunwa to wear like a frilly dress on her day off. She's enjoying herself. Thank God. You know what? It's because it's like they give these outfits to characters who are obsolete and you're not going to be using, and then they don't buff them either. So they're like, you get these nice little fits that you'll never see. No. Oh, it's probably the, yeah. Oh, it's Yunwa. Okay. Well, this stream shouldn't be too long. Therapist. The stream after. So let me see where this thing is. Oh. Oh. Okay, we gotta make that a little bit. What was added? I gotta do these events. I meant to do. Is it gonna be at the bottom actually? Oh, it's the. Okay. Okay. Oh god, there's something up here now. Alright, so far so good. I'm hoping not to go too crazy because I want to absolutely make sure I get Yunwa. I want to make sure I get all three, but damn. Did the what's it called get updated too? There we go. The wish list. How many do I have? 10k. Alright. So when Yunwa comes out next week, and she still has a week left. I did want to FLB Rosanna, but right now, if it wasn't for that triple drop, oh, she's FLB now too, or she's cored out. I'm still saving my max core for Viper first, and then I'll do everyone else. Viper's the closest. Okay, well, let's get her situated. Somebody had mentioned something interesting on Reddit about the... Oh, well, I'm all set except this. Who don't I use? Mana. Who is this? Look, I wish I could see who that is. Is that that looks like the summer, or the maid, or not the maid, the well, yeah, the maid anchor, isn't it? Here, hold on, before I do anything. Oh, I never overloaded this. Okay, I don't know why I never did. All right, let's but I think it might be time soon for me to start farming for this is the OG, but we don't need, so we're not going to be using this version of Mast anymore, but I need to probably start grinding for she's burst 2, was it? Or she burst 3? Burst 1. Is she 20 seconds? Okay. Will Rapi count? Probably not. Advantageous battlefield. Damage taken to her or to the enemy? Oh. Okay. Didn't she get a taunt? Allies from the same squad. This just affects all allies. Crit. Is crit gonna be good now? I have to invest in all three, don't I? I don't even think we have any. I don't have any more. Oh jeez, these are gonna start catching up to us now. I mean, 1,000 is still pretty good, right, to have, but that number is slowly dwindling. Let me get it to I'll just do 8 for now. God, I can't imagine if they never did that event where they gave us like a bunch of those mats. I would be in the trenches. I think a lot of us would be in the trenches, because like the cost to upgrade all the skills, and then it's just I don't think I need to worry about this right now. Let's actually put her... Do I even have enough space? Did they give us those free spots yet? I don't think so. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna worry about it until after Yuno comes out, because I need to make sure I keep and save every single gem that I can. I don't think I can just take anyone out. Maybe Viper, but maybe Poli. Is this the OG match? This is the new one. God. Oh, I can probably take her out. Amelia. Yeah, Amelia and okay. I can definitely take Exia out. I can definitely actually we can do that. That one's easy because I straight up do not use her at all. I like to keep Mary in the back pocket just in case, but I can definitely probably take Julia. I put her back on because I was like, man, or I can probably get rid of the OG Emma too, since I'd have to look at the skills again. Is the new Emma's not a healer though, so it's like it's probably not in my best interest to do that. Alright, let's do the story, I guess. Failed. Probably should have got something to eat, but I'll get it after. I haven't even checked everything. Usually I have like a routine that I somewhat abide by. I didn't even really get into it. I woke up, did HSR and ZZZ, and then immediately started streaming. Oh, I kind of do want to do the story sooner than later. There's a chance I could do the story today. Probably not. I'll probably save it for like tomorrow or something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is this a dream? Was it all a dream? Fine. What is this soundtrack? Hold on. Oh god, hold on. Checking. Oh, is this back there in the story? Indivilia. Look at her expression. I'd imagine being in a hopeless situation like this makes it harder to keep going. Ooh. Yoon was voice actress. Hold on, I gotta check that before. I forgot who it was, but she was somebody who voices characters whom I was just not prepared for. Why do they always do the English class when I say voice actor? I'm trying to see the Sayaka Sanbogi. Senbongi. Who did she voice that caught me by surprise? Okay, I'm so tired of like the blurry pictures. Oh, she's Shitose. Oh, she was Trishuna. But I didn't realize from Girlish Number. God, what a show. Kikuri. Knights of... Oh, she's Alush? From Knights of Azure. My God. That's a throwback. I ever wonder, villains who are written to be prideful like this, do they ever think tactfully and actually leave instead of falling for the taunt? I'd imagine their arrogance would think there's no way that they're strong enough to, like, whatever they have planning, they'll just beat them every time or something. I mean, that's always the case. Imagine like your elite soldiers get... Oh God. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, look who it is. Nuh-uh, look the other way, bro. Look the other way. Alright, so the sound is still there, thankfully. Oh God, I don't hear anything in my headset. Give me a second. Why am I up so early? Good question. Hold on. Oh God. Is it in Bluetooth pairing mode? It shouldn't be. Oh, Jesus. Oh, don't do that. It's still doing that. Oh, jeez. I think I gotta manually change the audio to... headset. Bro, what an interesting thing to have happen. Hold on. But basically, I'm streaming early because... So, normally the Nikkei updates are at... They go from like 11 to 6, usually. But the past two updates have gone from 10 p.m. my time to 5 a.m. Which, if I'm having insomnia issues, then I'll be staying up. But... in this case, I went to bed, and then I woke up. I usually always stream the Nikkei content, as you know. But... oh, here we go, I guess. I hope. I still can't hear anything. Oh my god. So, I'm just doing the Nikkei stuff now. Otherwise, normally this wouldn't even be like a regular thing. Hold on. Now I gotta figure out why audio does not go through the headset. Do I have to unplug this and then plug it back in again? Okay, here through my TV. Okay. So now if I plug this back in, it's connected now. And then I turn this back on. Oh, it's in like searching mode or whatever. What is it searching for? It's right here. This is so strange. You have to get new earphones yourself. The right one doesn't charge. I'm wondering if this is an OBS issue or if this is just the SteelSeries issue. Because I don't hear... Oh, I can turn this up for a stream also. The audio isn't directing to my headset right now. What if I do this? Okay. No. Yeah, should be... Like, okay, so you guys can hear the audio. I can see that the audio is being there we go. Okay, that was... okay, I guess I just had to wait. So, actually, Chico, what's funny about that is I had bought myself... I have backup headset, or earbuds, in case something happens. Because for me, the worst thing the absolute worst thing that could happen, first world problems, is to be out and then not have any source of music or some way to listen to just whatever media that I'm consuming, right? And I was just like, okay, even if they're not like top line, right? Top of the line, I'd rather have something to use. And they're actually pretty... Oh, this is back... Oh, this is back in chapter, like, what was it? This was when they were retrieving Cinderella's body. But Vesti's half of her body has been blown away. Oh, I remember that. There shouldn't be too much fan service, Chico. There shouldn't be too much. Oh yeah, because I remember this. I should probably do the chapters as soon as possible. These people just like to spoil stuff real quick. So it's like, man, I don't know. Should I do one part of the story mode before? If it's coming up to this on her account. Yeah, so the times are weird because normally it's at like, the updates are usually at like 6 p.m. for me, but the latest updates have been at like 5 a.m. so I was just not up. This would have been a thing for me to do yesterday, but they said, hey, we're gonna update this game at the worst possible timing for me now, and it's like, all right, cool. I saw that you were you did Tribe Tower some, and I saw that you did we're both going through it in hard mode, it seems. Hard mode is like, I think I'm hard stuck. I haven't tried past, like, I just started chapter 31 or 30, I think 30 or 31. I need to get to 36 for that song, but it's not happening anytime soon. So I wonder, for people who haven't even done this part in the story, it's like, what what do they do? Is this a nightmare? Yeah. Is Vesti gonna have quips? You rushed them in the past days for door rolls. I did a couple rolls, and then I just used tickets in the end. Normally, I get lucky with the Pilgrim banners, and I never have to like use gold tickets. But with the amount of characters that are coming out that I do care about, I said, okay, you know what? We have to use them. I have like 1,500. I'm not even using them. Like, I absolutely have to make sure I get Yunhua in the rest of the squad. Vesti, a little less, I care a little less about, but if she's like the only Soul Burst 3, then I don't really have a choice, huh? I think the big forehead got transferred to Emma, unfortunately. You know, it's my Pilgrim luck. Yeah, you know, just, you know, a day's work. I'm trying to debate on when I want to do the story, since I know Reddit and Twitter are going to be quick to spoil it for me without me having to go out of my way. So it's like, I don't know. That's gonna be a dig on her, isn't it? She's like, I'm not useless. Uh-oh. Signal! Get this creature off of my screen, please. When was the last time we've seen Signal in anything, actually? It's been literal years. Like, unironically, it's been actual years since Signal has had anything. Wasn't she... I know... No, it was Delta, right? Delta... Was Signal part of that, the Christmas one? With, Ludmilla and the squad. Yunwa was there too. And Vesty, right? And Emma too. You're not a fan of the redesigns, but you like Emma's how it looked like it belongs on her body now? Yeah, I remember that being like the chief complaint with the old Emma design. It's weird. Like, so the thing about it is, like, I like Yunwa's design a lot, but I really liked her old one too. So like, this could have been useful as a new character. I've never really cared about Vesty. Emma, I still like Emma, right? Yunwa had the biggest change, and I'm okay with either or, but I wish they still leaned in the classic Yunwa design that they had, instead of like wififying her, I guess. Which is like, it's still not a bad thing. I still like the redesign too, but it's like, it removes a bit of her personality, you know? You understand. All right. I'm not awake enough for this, I'll be honest. Like I said, the first thing I did, I did ZZZ and Star Rail, and then I immediately got on Nikkei. Now, I'm not a morning person by any stretch of the imagination, but I will stream Nikkei. I will do this. And then we'll have another stream at Reset. I'm not sure how to go about this. Let me take a second to calm myself. So, you know, I'm not a interactive person by default. Just I need to get comfortable and position myself. I didn't even eat yet. I took a shower at like 2 a.m. though, so we have that at least. Ugh. And then, alright, so we're just doing the 5 parts. The first 5 parts of these story missions are usually like the longest parts. The second half of the stream for today shouldn't be too bad. I don't know when I want to do the story. I think I want to do the story. Depends on where this event goes. If it's clearly alluding to events that are going to be happening, then I might want to do the story sooner than later. So like tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, and then we'll do. I don't know what share. It's not like it's not Yunwa anymore. I know. It's cool, but wear the forehead. I know. And that's the thing, right? Like, I really do like the redesign, but like it feels like there are only maybe 4 of us Yunhua enjoyers, right? But you've taken away the one thing that made us like Yunhua, right? It's not just her brooding attitude. It's not just like the way she treats her comrades and all of that stuff. It's all of that, but like her, not, how do I say, she doesn't follow the like I said, the waifufication. We'll call it the waifufication theory, okay? She doesn't necessarily follow that, and she stood out and had her own charm, which means that if you like Yunhua, you truly like Yunhua, right? Personality aside, and it's gone. I respect their decision, but I wish they still made it a bit closer to what it was. Put those signal in there. Look at the music. Also, having Cosmograph and whomsoever else post their music on Twitter does not help. I saw that Cosmograph posted, who's the camel woman, the Wanderer. Did you ever see her original design? I think I'll just throw in a bunch of burst 3s, maybe. Just, I guess it doesn't really. Is Yulha gonna be a part of this story? I guess because she's part of the government, right? But like, what is Julia doing here? I'll just throw her in there too. Why not? She deserves some love. Remember see the launch leaks? Yeah. Yeah, Nayuta, yeah. I actually really liked her older design more. I'm wondering if she still has the camel. Oh my goodness, we're getting an absolute treat here. We got the regular. Oh my goodness. The mass produced. Instead of just having the Rapi Model 1. Who does that remind me of? Daiwa Scarlet a little bit. This guy looks inexperienced. Oh no. Oh Jesus. He was interesting. They made him look very young on purpose because he seems like he's fresh out of the academy, right? Does she look like a Scarlet lookalike? Yeah. 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 The designs are hit or miss, right? We'll enjoy them either way, but I don't know. Maybe they're repurposing that one. Maybe there's another plan for that. The cam, you wanted the goddamn cam. Man, it doesn't bother me as much as it sounds, but it's like, it's one of those like, I don't know. It's like you get the car situation. It's like, I like this, but I really like this. Mm. Huh. I like how she's staying focused. Did you? Oh no. Uh, you know what I think about? It was the Red Ash event, right? Or not the Red Ash, it was Walk Run, the Rapi one. Anytime I think about Nikke having a mind switch, I think about the one who really wanted to see that concert and that band, and how she had a mind switch made it, dude, the imagery that they had for that was so impressive. It was so incredible. And I always think back to that, you know, and the words that they use, the dialogue, I don't remember the dialogue, but my God, it felt so powerful. Because she was really going through it, right? She was listening to the music, and she wasn't like listening to the commander, and she was doing her own thing. And then the text made it sound like she was like free from her burdens, right? And then it got to the point where she was like seeing red and just shooting and trying to kill everybody in sight. And it was just like, man, that transition was so, it's so embedded into my mind because of how well done it was. And I just think of situations like this of what's going on right now, and it's just like, is it just gonna head to that route? Ooh. What? Oh. Okay, no, that was just a transition. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right. I know. I was just a little rattled by that. See, I'm not even gonna lie. I was just thinking to myself, I somewhat miss being able to do the story mode at my own pace to myself by myself while I watch like other streamers do whatever they do. But it's stuff like that when it happens, live reactions. Like, obviously I want Nikke to survive and do well for a long time, but who knows what the future holds, right? I want to be able to look back at some of the stuff and be like, I remember when this happened, or when this happened, how did I react? I want it to be, how do I say, saved. Like, I just want it somewhere, right? Everyone's reactions are different, but it's like, it's always shocking and jarring and surprising when some of these things happen, especially in this game. I want everyone to share within the emotions that we experience. Yes. I think that's very exciting. There aren't a lot of Nikke. I've been looking. There aren't a lot of Nikke content creators that I like, at least, because they either lean on the super horny or the super horny, right? Those are the only two options. It's horny and horny. There's no other option. And sometimes I want people who just, you know, obviously we can enjoy the designs, right? That's a given, right? But it's like sometimes people kind of take it way over the top. Like, I talked to my friends about it, how the one experience I had trying to venture out and watch like Nikke streamers, the one guy had his hand off the out of the camera, and I think it wasn't, I don't know where it was, but bro was like jittering and like moving and jumping around, like he was like doing subtle like, and it's like, bro, where's your hand and what are you doing? Everybody called him out in chat, but he didn't stop, and I'm like, what is going on, right? And it could have been a bit. It could have been like a little meme, a little joke, but like it was like, I was like, really? And then after that, it was just like, yeah, I don't. Sometimes you just want a regular, normal, you know, not so. No, she's still really pretty here, man. But I wonder what the old Hyunfa art would have looked like. We didn't get a whole lot of that. That's why you straight up don't watch most either. Yeah, and it hurts because like the game has so much more to offer. Like obviously, fan service is great. Like that's the one thing, right? You're not gonna take that away from it. But sometimes like the story bits are just great too. And jeez. What? Good old Hyunhwa. God, you know what's it's so funny. I do remember how the community treated, well, I'll call it the Reddit community treated Hyunhwa when people got to her chapters, and it's like they didn't like her. But I'm glad they do a smart thing. Like it was I'm sorry, I keep going on tangents. But it's something I want people to really think about too, though. When companies, writers create characters that aren't written to be unliked or, strongly disliked and all that, there's a incredible variation when it comes to Nikke, right? You have Crow, and then you have Hyunhwa, you have like some other characters, right, that are written to be unlikable, but they're all written in different ways, and they do a good job at the varying levels of unlikability, right? People didn't like Hyunhwa in the beginning, right? People didn't like Volume in the beginning, probably still don't like Volume, but they are not on the same level as like say Crow or some other characters, right? I find it interesting where most media have difficulties writing unlikable characters, but they are just unlikable in ways that are just insufferable almost. Yeah. All right, less time. We're gonna focus on the event. The other thing also, I can talk about it now since we're in combat. Man, I don't know. There's a lot that I can talk about. Like these boss intros, I watched the video of like all the boss intros up until this point, which has the gluttony, and I just think they're all unique and interesting. And the intro music, I still think about there's the Crystal Chamber, and there's also like the one. Oh, trying to remember the name of it. It's not coming to me. I'm not gonna bother trying to remember. You think people just need to play her Bond story? Yeah. Well, I know people have lightened up on her, especially since we've learned that she cares deeply about the people she's protecting, and she just has a very rough way of expressing it, And with the amount of characters that exist, it feels like it's great that there's not a whole lot of overlap either. I'm gonna say thank you. Oh, he wants to feel useful. I see. Get in there. That's right. Oh boy, never mind. He's doing it for the paycheck. He's doing it. How is she gonna take this? Uh-oh. Who's Bond story? Or event did they mention this through? Was it Rapi? The way that the government operates, right? It was when the main character, when the commander and Rapi went out on an excursion throughout the city, and then he learned about the horrors of how the government, like, government work goes in terms of like how payroll operates, right? Is it morning at my place? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm usually out, or when I wake up at this time I take care of other things, but we're here because the update was much later. But unless something like DOA 7 or DOA 6 Plus or something comes out, I wouldn't expect morning streams, if at all. I'll only do it with Nikkei, really. Supplication, huh? Oh, you know what? That was not a transition. That was her straight up. So she knew she was corrupted and took her out. This is an off-witted. This is what we use on your friend. Oh, Jesus Christ. God, I would kill for a Nikkei anime. Just please. Alright, Yunhua. Well, I guess Yunhua too, right? I'm looking out for the cookout. Interesting. It was 10:30 for you? Oh, that's funny. We're literally 12 hours apart then. I hope it's quick. Remember the announcement, the Genshin one? Yeah, that was kind of that was kind of a meme. Hey, it seems like, but to their benefit, right? It seems like it's a long-term project. It's not like a one-off 12-episode series. It seems like they're trying to probably do like each area. So it could be, and it's unfoldable, right? So ideally, they're gonna make one out of absolute quality. Now, personally, I don't want them to succeed, and I want everything to fail and go up in flames and lose a lot of money. But it's unlikely. It's like they're handling it with a little bit of care. They get a little too excited. Hoiver's got very excited, and it's 2 times that they jumped the gun. Actually, they shouldn't have announced the anime when it's nowhere near completion, and they shouldn't have announced the Switch port, because the PS4 thing is kind of funny to me. But that'll be a discussion for another time. Yeah, it's 10:30 a.m. For me. 10:38. It says 10:40 now, right? Yeah, 10:40. A single footprint sinks deep into the ground. Okay, what's going on? What is that? Actually, do I just do the entire story today? Because we have this part today, and then the next part is 5 parts, and then the last bit is 2 little two parts. So I theoretically could just do it all today, or what I could do tomorrow. What I could do is do the last 2, but I also do the story mode tomorrow, so it'll be a long stream. I have to like see if I'm up for it though. Stretch it to reset. God, that's like 6 hours from now. I could have done that, but I'm usually not too sure how long, because sometimes I like to talk about things, right? And I go on tangents, and I've acknowledged that it could be seen as a problem, right? But that, with that included, it's difficult to discern how long it could take, right? Like, say I get to like the third or fourth node, right? And then reset happens, and now I'm just, well, they give you 5, right? Maybe I'll consider that for next time. Maybe that's the better thing.
Did you take the money order over there?
Yeah. Because then that'd still be better, right? That would mean I'd have to stream somewhere from 1, maybe 1 to 2. But you know what? That would be better. So you usually do when you stream dailies, start with maybe an hour or two before reset and just play through the reset. That might be the way to do it, actually. Just so I don't have 2 separate streams in the day, because after this stream is over, like this part isn't going to be that long by definition, right? By default, because it's only like the story part without the dailies included. When I stream later today, it'll be about 2 hours including, well, probably less than that, since the second part of these aren't that long. But it could vary, because like, what do we have to digest with the story? What goes on that makes me want to, talk about it or discuss? Right now, they're just giving us a little brief introduction of what's going on. Is she gonna hit us with the Mata Mata? Not enough? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hold on. I want to hear the rest of Emma's dialogue there. I like how Emma always sounds so playful. This is our Super Creek. It brings up your time, increases visibility as a result. I see. Naruhodo, strokes beard. Yep, Super Freak. Emma and Super Creek are very similar in that regard, huh? Except Emma doesn't want to play Goo Goo Babies. Not yet, anyways. But didn't she do something interesting when they got their upgrades? In that story part, I don't remember. I have to watch that again. Oh. What timeline is this? This is post upgrades, right? So I wonder if they do flashbacks. Will they use the old art for that? So we've still got Matt's squad as well. Serious, Emma. What are we? Okay. Though I do want to kind of speed this up, because like I said, I didn't eat anything yet, and I kind of want to eat because I'm hungry. But I'm very curious.
なんだかこの前と似てるわね。
そうだ。先月北部でズタズタに引き裂かれたラプチャーの残骸が発見されて以来、アンリミテッド部隊から似たような事例の報告が5件も上がっている。そして今回大口径ライフルを損傷したタイラント級ラプチャーが発見されたことで、ようやくはっきりした北部にラプチャーをたる未知の存在が潜んでいる。それもタイラント級と張り合えるほどの存在がね。
私たちの味方なのかな。
Oh, there's a new ranking? Oh shit, I didn't check. I didn't look. I did want to look at the Solar Raid Museum.
今からまた北部に行かなきゃいけないの。すごく寒いから嫌なんだけどな。
スカウティングが先に派遣される予定だ。まずは情報収集が必要だからね。デルタとシグナルから報告があるので、お前たちは待機になるだろう。今のうちにゆっくり休むように。フォービースト戦から戻って間もないという。
Okay. That gives us a better idea of when this is happening.
短期間で3度の出撃だ。これ以上の無理はさせられないからね。報告は以上だ。解散して構わない。
Oh shit. Rubs hands together. Y'all got that Sukuna gif? The gif? GIF? Where it's like it fades from black and he's got his tongue out and his hands are clasped. Not clasped, but they're rubbing together. That's what I thought of when you said that.
どうした？まだ何か用があるのか？
光線データはどうだった？
すでに聞かせたはずだ。
聞きたいの。ベイヒモスの方。今の私たちのタクティカルアップ計画が完了した私たちのラピ。
Taboo word.
いや、カウンターズ抜きで奴を倒せると思うか。
Imagine getting upgraded and it's still not enough.
損害を一切出さず完璧な戦果を上げられるか。
ウンファ、それはこちらが聞くことだ。アブソルートはカウンターズの援護なしにベヒモスに勝利できるか。
This is like what it's not as bad, but this is like what Yishuan did with Jifufu. I don't know if you guys did her story event, but Yishuan is basically not ignoring Jifufu, but she was like asking her to be taken seriously, and she was like treating her like a it was kind of funny. But this is like reversing the question like this is like I'm wondering where it's going actually. It's not the same thing, but it just reminded me of that. Yishuan treated Jifufu like one of those children who's like, you got games on your phone? It was kind of funny. She literally ignored everything Jifufu said. But I mean, she does has a point, right? In this situation, someone who has had contact with the creature known as Behemoth would know if she's capable of fighting her off. Right, and personally I don't even think so. Even if they get upgraded like this, and Behemoth is like not the toughest one of them, right? Alright, we have a couple. Where's my SSR ether? Huh? I think they really did a good job with Emma. I know they were definitely going with the mature woman vibe, and I think they nailed it. It's like the aura, right, that she gives is definitely that.
そうならいいけど
The playful voice always throws me off, though. It's like
整備が終わったなら
it's kind of silly. Like, she's silly, right, in that sense.
聞くんじゃないもうウーファーを残していけるわけないでしょ。それにベスティから話があるってね。ベスティなんだ。その休暇をもらうなんて久しぶりでしょ。
You burn Aether at the stake? No. She's my favorite. She's another dubious character, right? You know, speaking of, like, the characters who are written to be not liked, God, she's definitely one of my favorites, bro. She's, like, at the top. One of the at the top for me. But she's not a combat Nikkei, so it's like she'll probably never get that. But she has significant story relevance because she shows up in some of the most unorthodox stories. It's like some casual story where you don't think anything wrong, or it's like lighthearted, and then Aether shows up, and then the mood just goes down. And everyone's like, everyone tisks at the same time, and it's so funny. Oh, is this where she gets her canon outfit? Let's go out on adventure. Does everyone else get casual fits? I really like one's casual. I have to do everything in my power to ensure that I get her no matter what. If I have to spend gold tickets on Yunhua, I will do it. Alright? It's that serious. It is very serious. Ooh, this is actually... You know what? Does the rest of this event discuss their personal lives and, like, personal interests and stuff?
私は賛成よ。ウーファーやめておく。無駄なことに使える時間はない。ウーファー
Oh, she got the angry face. Hold on. It's not angry, it's angy. My fault.
無駄なんかじゃないよ。
Uh-oh.
無駄なことじゃ。
She looks so dejected.
本当に大事な話があるの。なんだ。大事な話というのは何だ。今言わなきゃダメ。
Is that something like, thank you guys for being my teammates or something?
大事な話なんだろ。だったらいいの。
Yunhua does not know how to read the room. She does, but she doesn't want to waste time. Yeah, see, look at that.
あらあら。ウーファーったらせっかちなんだから。
I look at this face and I think of, like, you know those small doggos that try to look vicious? That's what I think of when I look at Emma looking angry.
ベスティの言う通り、今度は遊びに。じゃあ言うけど、最近どうして私に何もやらせてくれないの？
She doesn't want you to get split in half again.
今回の任務もそうだったけど。
Emma's VA is actually voiced. She voiced Uma, Saint Light, Arrow won the first Japanese derby back in 1941. Nice on us. Really? Did she get typecasted? That's what it sounds like. Man, I've been trying to so I'm halfway through. Hold on. See, I'm trying not to get sidetracked, but I'm halfway through season 3, and you know, I'm trying to remember the names of all the important Uma for me. Like Dream Journey's one, Calstone Lighto is the other one. Like, I'm trying to remember these names consistently, right? Instead of, like, aside from the ones that we see in the game and in the anime, like the mainstays, there's Admire Vega, who was in the Onies, right? And then there's the one with the hat. I know we've talked about her on stream. She's in season 3. She was a part of the Satono family thing. The Satono crown. Satono Diamond, of course. Sakura Chitose Sakura Chiono as well. I'm trying to remember these names. It's a lot. Oh, also, I didn't talk about it because I somewhat forgot, and I took my own kneecaps for that. But the other Uma that I'm hyper excited for, and she's probably at the top right now, is Gentle Dana. All right, Gentle Dana, the art for her is just absolutely she's like, I want to do the chef's kiss thing, right? But her design it's perfect. It's my like, I almost it's like my absolute favorite. And I know about the lore with Gentle Donna and Orfevre too, right? Is another favorite of mine that I'm looking forward to. But I know the lore between Gentle Donna and Gold Ship, and that's kind of funny, right? Yeah. Saint Lane won the first. Oh, one of the first to have a triple crown. Yeah. I kind of like brushed past this because we're talking about Uma, right? But like, I mean, yeah, this is kind of discussed it already, right? How she's like, and I'm just theorizing. She doesn't want to see her get split in half like that again. I mean, this has always been Yunhua, right? She does her best to protect everybody, but not in the most obvious ways. Like, she's harsh, sharp-tongued, very, how do I say? It's not the word I want to say, but she's very difficult to be around. But she does it out of passion, right? She does it out of fear that she doesn't want to lose anyone. Uh-oh. She's still kind of hung up on that, it seems. Rapi, she still feels like she's inferior. Falls behind, right? Yeah, we gotta wait a whole 2 fucking years. Probably not 2 years for Gentle Donna, but... You know what? We can incorporate Uma. We can incorporate Uma into the Nikkei discussion right now. So, in the same way that Manhattan Cafe was chasing that shadow, right? In the same way that Tachyon was chasing the ideal form, it's like Yunhua is chasing Rapi, but she's never catching up, it feels. This almost feels like... This is actually more akin to Jungle Pocket and Tachyon rather than what I was... That was devastating. God, that was just painful. That's not... I mean, that's... Shigo. The music is also setting the mood. I really like the... Okay. Oh. Oh. Is that why you don't trust me anymore? Because I couldn't win back then? Hmm. I feel like Vesti and Yunhua are 2 particular characters that have not so good social skills. Oh, then she's trying to what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know how I feel about Vesti. I can't say I dislike her that much anymore, but it's... I know what they're going for, but it's not... It's interesting. This isn't something that... I mean, it would normally work on me, right? The way that she's acting vulnerable and kind of like defenseless and all that. But one thing I never thought I'd ever fall for was the A-Mun agenda, okay? Matikane Tannhauser has a hold on me, y'all. That's the other one, right? Mad Dog. Isn't Diesel like Cafe? Well, shit. I mean... That's kind of... You know...
自分のことを英雄だと思ってた。地上を取り戻せ。そう信じてたのに。
アブソルートがタイラント級ラプチャーの撃破を達成したことで、地上奪還の機運がさらに高まりつつあります。市民の間でもアブソルート部隊こそがエリシオン最強との声が高く、いずれ地上の奪還をも成し遂げるであろうアーク最強の部隊として。
As I sit up in my chair, I lean forward. Go ahead, express yourself, Yunhua. Tell her how you really feel.
それでも地上の奪還を望み続けるか、もう一度地上を目指すか、失敗を重ねることが怖くはないか、答えろ。お前たちはどうする？
指揮官様、ごめん、勝てなかった。お願い。やっぱりここにいたのね。
How does she say that? That happened very quick.
隣いいかしら。好きにしろ。ありがとう。
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I also have to do Stellar Blade. I have to do it before I start up classes again. The great thing about what I'm going into school for is that I'll be able to get field work started. I'm very excited about going into and experiencing the day-to-day job experiences. But on the other hand, it sounds exhausting for not getting paid. Oh. Is this an image we want to keep? I think so, right? Here's my screenshot. So fun fact, I do art, or I used to do art. It's been almost a year since I've done anything, and I miss it. But I've been, I wouldn't even call it procrastinating at this point. I think I want to try and do just some of my favorite characters again. That used to be like what I used to do, and I want to do some Nikkei characters eventually. Scarlet's my number one still, but I just, when I look at the different like art styles in like, especially in games, I really like Emma's face here too. But Yunhua, like, especially for Nikkei, right? We don't get to see them in different art because the art vastly changes the kind of character we see a lot of the time. So like, I remember before she got her redesign, I still like remember the art that they showed for Yunhua for the Christmas event when everybody came together and Emma decided to cook for everybody, and it was a bad time. But the art that we got for Yunhua was so vastly different from the in-game model that we had. And it was like, I want to be able to see a lot of these Nikkei in different lights. And we haven't, that's why, that's the other part of why I want an anime too. Like, I know we see Rapi, Anis, Neon, they're very consistent, and we see them quite often in art. And they're not too different from like what we see. But the dubs have a different vision, I guess, of what the characters are supposed to look like in different angles and different like perspectives that we as players will never get to see, right? They have character sheets, they have like, you know, the color schemes, they have like, what do they wear underneath these giant coats, what do they wear, like the casual stuff, right? What kinds of things would they wear? And it's cool that we get to see that only when they show us. But man, I don't know. And that's about the country. Horse racing finally got another triple crown winner again after 11 years. Broke the Satano diamond, the Satano curse, right? Not diamond, but the Satano curse. Yeah. But the one thing is, when I'm in like in school, I doodle, right? I like to do that, and I like the things that I make. But when I get home, I don't know, I guess I'm not comfortable on a drawing tablet still. I still like to do traditional art over like digital art, because I feel like I can express myself in my art better with pencil than I can through like a tablet. You remember doing digital art? Hey man, time to get back to those roots. Also, hi Chico, welcome back. Unless you've just been lurking. Was there already a Nikkei anime announced, or no? You remember something else? No, they announced, I forget who did it. It wasn't A1, was it? But they did the animation for the End of the Ghost event. So personally, I'm treating that as a, hey, we're giving you guys a preview of what we got in store for you guys. That's what it sounds like to me. I think they're doing the classic Final Fantasy VII remake announcement thing where they're like, hey, we've put the classic Final Fantasy VII game on modern consoles. And I thought it was like, personally at that time, I was like, there's no way they just announced that for just that. They're making the game again. And then like half a year later, they announced the remake. I'm thinking that's what they're doing. They're like testing the waters, seeing how, because you don't outsource animation to a studio like that. I mean, you could, right, for just that little animation, right? My hope is that they're making a fully realized 12 or 24 episode anime with even just the first half of the game, if that's possible. You're back. I know you did it for a class. You hated the class because of the teacher, which is it's always the art teachers, right? I understand where they come from, especially as an artist. I've had that similar situation 10 years ago in college, but we didn't use digital art. We needed traditional painting and drawings and stuff. but my art professor and I just didn't quite see eye to eye. And I've had some even in high school that I can remember. I remember one of my teachers though from high school was great, but I think it was either high school or grade school where the teacher and I just didn't quite, we had creative differences. It's tough when things aren't like math where they have one way to arrive, usually have one way to arrive at an answer. When they have multiple ways and teachers or adults at the time are used to a very specific way where you're not liable to mess up, and someone does it a different way and gets there too, and it's like, no, that's not how we do things. Go give the goodness more power. You know, it could go either way, right? It could be super heavy fan service. It could be like Girls Bravo, right? I haven't, so okay, I don't really watch fan service. Like it could be oh, you know what? I don't think it'll be to this extreme. Y'all know that anime that came out recently, the one where everybody's just having sex all over the place? It could be like that, or it could be like an anime that has mild fan service but a very serious tone and story. Like I don't want it to be like what's the one by the Akame ga Kill writer that came out? I liked reading the manga, but when I watched the anime for it, it felt overwhelming a bit. It's the one where women have these powers. I do not remember the name of it. The women have the powers, but the guys usually never do. And so the main character suddenly has the ability to turn into this dog dinosaur thing. I just remember Ren Yamashiro, right? She's one of my favorite characters from that series. And I think she's only been shown in the anime like at the end or very briefly. But it could be like that, right? And that's, I wouldn't want it to go that route, but it's tolerable. I'll do anything for the Nikkei. Also, art was one of your weakest areas. Time to go back. That's the thing I go through too, Chico. But that's just the difficulty with the expression. All right, that's a little bit, you know. Oh. Like this is what I mean, right? This shows Emma in such a different way that I'm used to. Also, Yoonhwa looking dejected over there. Yeah. This has become a screenshot stream. But the thing is, not even Rapi was able to do that, right? Damn, that's kind of a bar. Hold on. I'm sorry. We're gonna go ahead and get that too. Obviously she's hinting at her, telling Vesti, I don't want anything bad to happen to you, I want to protect you, but she's not a feelings kind of person, so
誰かさんが口を開いてくれないからかしら。ベスティはどこだ。さあ、わからないわ。ウーファが出て行った後、一人でどこかに行っちゃってから。
そうか、お前の方で先に。
ねえ、知ってる？ラピとお別れしてからベスティのお部屋、様子が変わったのよ。
Oh God. That sort of reminds me, I don't know if you guys have seen the video. There was a horse that got a little too excited trying to mate with another horse, and then the female horse kicked him in the jaw and he fell over and died on the spot. My God. Horses are so powerful, but they're so fragile. I mean, but horses is just that sounds devastating, bro. It's almost like the 12 billion yen incident, but in a more tragic way, right? It's not like Gold Ship who left the gates or left the gates late, right? This is more like the horse you bet on fucking died. I'd just be like, well, I'd just assume that I'm cursed, and then just never bet on horses again.
あの後か。
何日か前に行ってみたら机にメモがいっぱい貼ってあったの。私たちと一緒にやりたいことがぎっしり書いてあったわ。
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen on the battlefield. You might as well take your friends out and do stuff. I mean, Vesti's not the most social.
あれ、メモを書くためだったみたいなの。ねえ、あの時ベスティが話してたこと覚えてる？私たちはね、これからもっと頑張るから、もっと任務に出て、もっと一緒に過ごして、もっと仲良く。
I'd imagine getting closer to your teammates like this only makes it hurt worse if something happens.
ラッピが羨ましがるぐらい完璧になるよ。
負けられないわ。
Huh. Did Rapi just say, I'm not gonna lose? What? Hold on.
負けられないわ。
Okay.
簡単には勝たせてあげないよ。
Okay. Isn't this just the rest of that scene? Okay, well, just ignore the voices.
可愛い末っ子があんなに頑張ってるん
They're
だ
like, hey,
も
creature,
の。
that's why stables has a regulation about meeting a horse. Yeah, you're not supposed to go behind them and surprise them, otherwise you'll fucking perish.
私たちも頑張らないとね。
Kicked in your jaw and you wake up the pearly gates.
シグナルできる。
We also... So what other squads would qualify for this upgrade, right? And the overspecs thing, right? We still haven't resolved the whole Red Hood's core is still out on the surface, right? Even though they have it, we've seen... I'm talking about it. Leviathan, was it ZZ? God, I actually really want to do the main story, but you do it early so that you don't get spoiled, but you do it early, then you gotta wait another 3 to 6 months to get another story update.
どうかしら。とってもふわふわします。
If we can get a normal Alice, I might actually like her. She doesn't have like brain temperature problems.
それからモコモコしてて。
The ears moving around is kind of silly though, in a good way.
なんだか夢の国に行けそうです。新しい茶葉を手に入れてもらった甲斐があったわ。頭部はどうかしら。あなたのお口にはあって。はい、特に香りが気に入りました。後でネベさんにも分けてあげていいですか。
Where has Neve been?
ええ、もちろんよ。起きたらすぐに。
Bro, she's not waking up for another century. I wouldn't. I just...
あれ、女王様、私たちにご用事みたいです。本当？吹雪がひどい時期はアークと連絡がつながらないはずだけど。でも機械がずっとピカピカ光ってますよ。本当ね。そうなんかしら。頭部お願いするわ。はい、接続しますね。通信状態があまりよくありません。
Who is this strange creature?
一歩だけ後ろに下がっていただけますか。後ろに気づかなかったわ。指が触れていたみたいね。これくらいでいいかしら。ありがとうございます。もう一度やってみますね。信号がかなり弱いですね。ここをこうやってつながりました。ひよこさん、すごいです。では応答しますね。
Oh yeah, it's not Tove, it's Tuve or something, right? How you pronounce your name, because I forget the nation of origin.
もしもーし、聞こえた？
Oh god, Jesus, that was... Huh?
シグナル？北部へ任務で来るとは聞いていたけれど、何かあったのかしら。あれ？通信はつながってるのに、どうして送信しか。こちらの声は聞こえてないみたいですね。
What is happening?
何か方法はないの？それがこちら側からできることは何も。通信状態不良のため、至急こちらの状況をお伝えします。特殊個体と推定される新型ラプチャーの襲撃によりデルタ所属不明外縁部の建築物孤立救援を。通信が切れました。発信地点はわかる？受信できているうちに一応座標は解析しておきましたけど、接続状態が不安定だったので正確かどうかは。何もないよりはいいわ。いい仕事よ。トール、ネベを起こしてアークへ報告を急いで。特殊個体と推定される新型ラプチャーが出現。スカウティング部隊から緊急の救援要請があったと伝えて、アークとの通信が使えない今、支援を要請する方法はこれしかないわ。お任せください。アリス、あなたは私と一緒に人探しよ。何もせずに支援を待っているわけにはいかないわ。はい、女王様。一刻を争うわ。すぐに支度を整えて。
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Whew. Oh, we get a song? Oh my god. Oh, but we're gonna have it right now. Oh, it's this one. Interesting. Ooh, I like, okay, I like this. Do we get a picture? We probably won't be able to see it until... That's interesting, they're adding music. They really want to share with us the songs of their people. Okay, I'm all for it. Okay. I only want to check out this. Oh, this was before I learned that. Oh, you only have. So with these, I didn't know. I did do them, but I think at this time I didn't know you were supposed to use all 5 teams to get scored. That's why I have 0 score for these. But we have stronger characters now. Let's see. I don't know if I want to go through all 5 teams to do this right now. I will be doing this off stream though. Okay. Alright, well. We will be back in 5 hours. Or probably more. I don't know. I would like to think I want to do this right at reset. But I might wait a bit. I might do it later, but we'll see. So I might try to do all of it, or I might just save the last 2 for tomorrow, depending on how it ends. We'll see. All right, but for now, that'll be the stream. Thank you all for watching. We will be back later today. I'm not gonna do the whole outro thing. I want to eat. I'm hungry. That's how you're feeling right now? You're trying so hard to keep your attention to this raid. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on making some probably some ideal teams. The climate was much different when those raids came out. All right, y'all. Stay safe and drink water. All right, maybe I'll say some other stuff.